Hey everyone, Sami Gamer here, and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K16. Now this is my first attempt at a Fatal 4-Way match. We're going to see Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Hideo Itami all in the ring at the same time. Well, so here we see our entrances here in Orlando, Florida. This will be the first time that we've used Sami Zayn in 2K16, so that's a good thing to see. I think everyone else have already done matches with, I believe. Yeah, I saw we did Hideo Itami versus Apollo Crews. We've done Kevin Owens versus Adam Cole. And Finn Balor. Yeah, Itami faces off against Daniel Bryan. Sorry for that strange noise. Sami Zayn is the last person then to make his first appearance in this random match series. And of course, all four of these guys are going to be heavily involved in our NXT roster. Of course, Kevin Owens will be heavily involved in the current day roster as well. And the rest of these guys might make appearances on the current day roster here and there. It'll depend on storylines and this, that, and the other. And fancy doing, say, a United States Open Challenge, for example, and we want to bring some of these guys in, we'll have to wait and see. So I'm really looking forward to actually having a go at this Fatal 4-Way. Going to be the first time we've done a multiple singles match. All the matches I think I've uploaded so far have been singles matches or tag matches, so to have a 4-way is going to make it interesting. Plus it's going to be interesting the fact that it's going to be Extreme Rules as well. As you see, Kevin Owens there. He does have the NXT Championship, but ignore that. That's got nothing to do with our Universe mode at all. I was just messing around with a video a couple of days ago where I did Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor in a ladder match, but I had a bit of a dodgy finish, so I've not kept that match. I have deleted it. Yeah, so this is not a spoiler at all for our Universe mode. He's just got the belt because that's what the game's giving him at the moment. We'll be trying to record our NXT title tournaments coming up very, very soon. We're also going to have a mid-card championship in NXT as well, so it's going to be an interesting one. It's obviously not something that only I've thought of, because when I looked on the community creations, there was a lot of mid-card championship belts on there available for download. So I'll be picking one of those, probably the best looking one, and we'll be running with that. I'm not quite sure what the belt is going to be yet, what it's going to be called. I've had some suggestions. Me and Jay actually both went with the same idea. I haven't said that to him yet, but he said about naming it the does it say the Top Prospects? Is that right? Yeah, the Top Prospect Championship. That's the exact name I had in mind for it, believe it or not. So, yeah, it's a quite interesting one. We'll have to see, though, because if a belt comes available and it already has a fixed name and its design is based on that name, then I might just keep it as that. And as we see, a Finn Balor, I've obviously not picked the Demon attire this time. I'm going to see him without the Demon attire. And it's good to see that he actually has a different entrance as well without the Demon attire. So that's quite clever. I didn't notice that. This will be the Finn Balor we normally use. We will keep the Demon. We will keep him for special events, pay-per-views and things like that. So we're not going to have the Demon every single week. We want to do as it is in the real WWE. Really, we want to keep it special. We want there to be a reason for it. Now, this is quite a cool entrance anyway, really. And if you're wondering why there is no music, and well, it'd be the same with most YouTubers, really. There's no music because it breaks YouTube's copyright rules. So that's why all of these videos are generally in silence with the music. There's no entrance music. That's why in my universe, normally I will skip the entrances. However, I think I'll skip the entrances, but I think for this year on pay-per-views, I think to make it more of an interactive show, we will do all of the entrances and everything like that for the pay-per-views. But for our normal weekly shows, we'll just skip all the entrances. And this is going to be an interesting one. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. If NXT did this Fatal 4-Way themselves, it would be an amazing match. It really, really would. I still have to go through myself at some point and change all of the stats to a level that I'm happy with as well. Going to hopefully do that over the next week or so. Because I've just noticed that, like, for example, Hideo Itami is down at 84. Hideo Itami is at the same level as The Miz. Which, it's just not right to me. It's not right at all. But yeah, I will be boosting him up to a point where it sort of makes more sense for our NXT roster. Going to make sure that everyone's weighted to a level that I believe they should be at. so that we get the right sort of results, for example. Because at the moment they've got Hideo Itami as 84 and they've got Colin Cassidy as 82, and nothing against Colin Cassidy, but there's no reason why the stats should be that close, really. There's Hideo making his way down to the ring, and we've seen him before. Like I said, I uploaded a video between him and Daniel Bryan on release. Well, it was the day before release actually, because I got the game early for some reason. Not quite sure why. I'm not going to complain though. I got it a day early. I got it on the Thursday, and I managed to upload a couple of videos for you on that night. The one that seems to be getting all the views was Sasha Banks versus Asuka. That's the one that everyone really went absolutely mad for. And I thank you for that. I think I'm up to about 250 views on that video at the moment, which is insane. I've never had that many views in such a short amount of time. I know it's probably because the game's just come out and everyone's really hot looking for it, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. Thank you very much for all you guys that have watched that video, and of course the guys that have liked it as well. As we are setting up here, Fatal 4-Way, the first time I'm going to run a multiple competent match in WWE 2K16. Let's see how this all works then. I just see Owens catches Hideo Itami off guard straight away in that reverse suplex, and see Finn Balor and Sami Zayn drop into the outside already. And all of a sudden we've split to two separate individual little matches here, really, haven't we? And it's going to be interesting because, of course, all four of these guys will be involved in our NXT Championship tournament, which we'll be uploading in the next few days. So whoever wins this match might give us an idea of what we might be looking as our first NXT champion. It's Hideo Itami underneath the ring, looking for a little bit of help. And he does pull out a ladder, and I don't think he's realised that Kevin Owens has just stood there behind him. And but he does manage to rotate and grab that ladder and swing it straight into the face of Owens as Zayn has the ring steps, and Zayn takes out Finn Balor with the ring steps. There are still quite a few people I want to download for NXT before we sort of get going. I'm really desperate to get a good Solomon Crow. But I think there's one on at the moment, but it's not fantastic, so I'm sort of holding out, waiting for a better one to come along. I think that's about... I'm looking for, obviously, Biff Busick, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa and Rich Swann. They're going to be a nice addition to our NXT roster as well. And then maybe just another tag team. Maybe the Mechanics, I think, is probably another tag team. And I think that might be all for NXT, because there's so many people that we could get, but I don't want to use up all of our Creator Wrestler spots when we still have Ring of Honor and Global Force Wrestling to completely fill. And we still need to pick up a few people for Attitude Era as well. Got a couple of guys that I wanted for Attitude Era in the shape of Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, and you can see them in another one of the videos that I've uploaded in the random matches. Also downloaded Goldberg as well. That's an important one for Attitude Era, and Raven as well. So we've got a few for Attitude Era, but maybe not enough to do what I need to do. Of course, we are going to have a Hardcore Championship in the Attitude Era as well, so I need to download a few more Hardcore wrestlers. We've only really got Raven at the moment. Got people like William Regal and Fit Finn that we can put into that situation, but at the moment I'm still waiting to get the sort of guys I want. I want guys like Tajiri. The reason I want guys like Tajiri and Super Crazy, because they also fit in the Cruiserweight division in our Attitude Era as well, so that's going to be handy. But of course the main one is going to be Ring of Honor and Global Force, because I need to download every single person on their rosters. It's not like at the moment with NXT and current day roster and Attitude, I'm just downloading a few people who just sort of complement the roster. With Ring of Honor and Global Force Wrestling, I'm having to literally download the entire rosters. So they're the sort of important ones. We need to get a certain amount of people in so we can run the title tournaments and actually start to get some shows going. So I'll be hoping to get a hold of some cores. I might end up getting a hold of some wrestlers that aren't fantastic looking for now, but at least it gets us going, and when we do find a better one, we can obviously switch them over. I've got one person for our Global Force Wrestling roster. I did download Shinsuke Nakamura. I think it's quite a good one. I'm not 100% sure. Is Finn Balor up on the top rope? Is he looking to do a dive? He does an elbow drop to the outside on Sami Zayn, as Kevin Owens is just destroying Hideo Itami on the far side. And this is quite a good match, this one. The one thing I was a little bit annoyed about is they seem to have taken away the match rules screen, which is something I used to use a lot to create matches like First Blood matches and and elimination matches. Now I can't seem to find that. I don't know whether it's just moved and I've not seen it, but I used to do a lot of Fatal 4-Way elimination matches and triple threat elimination matches because it just made the matches end a lot smoother and better. Hopefully with the new stamina gauge, I think it's going to make it a bit more realistic when these matches do finish, because people are going to be grounded, people are going to be knackered, and they're going to struggle to get across. There's a big drop kick there by Finn Balor on Sami Zayn as Kevin Owens, just to help out, just throws Hideo Itami in the way of Finn Balor and Sami Zayn. As you see, Finn Balor went for Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens caught him and reversed him, and now Sami Zayn and Hideo Itami clashing. Hideo with that trip, as Kevin Owens now taking Finn Balor to the outside. And you see Kevin Owens feels a lot more safer on the outside, can't you? Itami now throwing Sami Zayn into the corner. And one thing I've realised as I'm uploading all these matches, and they're all about 15-20 minutes long, and my worry is now, as I'm thinking, how long is it going to take to upload one episode of the Universe mode? These episodes are going to be like over an hour long now this year. Of course, once I cut out all the entrances, it might be a lot shorter, but Blue Thunder Bomb in the middle of the ring there by Sami Zayn. Finn Balor makes it back into the ring. He does not make it there in time, but thankfully Hideo Itami does kick out. That match could have been over there and then, but Hideo Itami kicked out that Blue Thunder Bomb. And now Hideo is thinking, I'm having no more Sami Zayn. He goes straight for Kevin Owens and launches Owens to the outside. I think Owens has spent a very little amount of time inside the ring in this match. Sami Zayn with that German suplex. And now Zayn seems to be lining Finn Balor up for something. What has Sami Zayn got planned? But Finn Balor reverses, sending Zayn over the top of his shoulders as Kevin Owens just launches Hideo Itami into them ring steps. Finn Balor gets a pin locked in, and it's only a 2 count. Sami Zayn kicks out. And I'll tell you what, this would be a hell of a match if this was to crown our first ever NXT champion. But it's not, of course. We will be running an entire tournament for that, as I've mentioned several times already. I'm just repeating myself now, aren't I? There's a brain buster there by Finn Balor on Sami Zayn, going for the pin again. Balor, Kevin Owens and Hideo Itami have got no chance in getting back across the ring. And it was still only a 2 count as Kevin Owens, I don't think he really cares about this match anymore. He just wants to destroy Hideo Itami on the outside. He's doing a very good job of it. You see Itami there just slamming Kevin Owens' face into that ring post. Remember the last time we saw Kevin Owens in a match was against Adam Cole in this random match series, and Kevin Owens got busted open heavily in that match by Adam Cole. By multiple smashes into that ring post. Sami Zayn now rolling Finn Balor over in the ring and dropping an elbow into the side of the knee. And I wonder whether the game is set that we do have 2 split matches like this, where because it seems to be that as soon as all 4 go into the ring, somebody tries to eject the other one outside, and it does work. I think it makes the match look a lot better by having the 2 set matches. The only problem is that if somebody does go for a pin, like for example, if Sami Zayn wants to go for a pin now, it would make it very, very difficult for, as he does, make it very, very difficult for Kevin Owens or Hideo Itami to get back into the ring and break that pin up. But maybe that is more realistic. Really, that's going to make the Fatal 4-Ways finish a lot better off, because if there's no way of Kevin Owens to get back, then as Finn Balor does go up onto the top rope, Sami Zayn's been busted open, as you can see, and Finn Balor looking for the coup de grace, and hits the coup de grace as well, going in for the pin. Kevin Owens hasn't noticed yet, but Sami Zayn kicks out from the coup de grace. Sami Zayn busted open, busted and bruised, but still manages to kick out from the coup de grace. Zayn now throwing Finn Balor into the corner, turns him round, and you see Zayn is really struggling. There's the T-bone suplex into the turnbuckle, and Zayn just has to drop to a knee for a few seconds and just start to try and regain a little bit of energy. But as you see, it's difficult to see from here, but Zayn has been busted open. It's going to be very, very difficult to keep the energy when the blood is flowing down your face. Zayn now spinning Finn Balor around in the corner. Oh, but Finn Balor showing these... see, Finn Balor's got a lot more energy than Sami Zayn. Finn Balor taking Zayn up onto the top. As Hideo Itami is coming out on top here of... oh, commentator's curse there. Sami Zayn kicks Finn Balor and then hits him with that missile dropkick. Sami Zayn up onto the top rope. And what Zayn got planned... There's that big splash. In for the pin. Hideo Itami tries to get back into the ring. Is he going to get there in time? He doesn't get there in time, but Finn Balor does kick out. And I'm starting to think, you know, that these multiple man matches are going to be absolutely fantastic for our universe mode. Really looking forward to doing, say, like a fatal four-way match for the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship or something along them lines. It's really going to give us a great match, I think. Well, even this one's going to give us a great match. Now, let's see if my theory is correct. I'm saying that they don't like to stay in the ring for a very long time. And you know what? I think my theory might be correct, because as soon as they come back into the ring, Hideo Itami just ejects Kevin Owens back over the outside. And again, we split into two parts. As there's that short underhooked brainbuster there by Finn Balor going in for the pin. Kevin Owens tries to make it in, and Kevin Owens was just too slow across the ring. As you see, he's not happy at all, but he was just too slow. And that is quite a good way. I actually like that. If that's something that 2K's done, that's not just a coincidence. But the way that they split the match into two sort of parts, two pairs go off, one stays in the ring, one disappears outside the ring, it just means that the finishes do look a bit more realistic, because in fairness, it's so difficult to make sure that all three men you're fighting against are down on the ground. So by splitting off like that, it means that you can really sort of just, as you see here, that's the short arm brainbuster, was it? Is that the one? No, that wasn't the one. That was earlier on the match, that was. Yeah, so by having that, it means that... oh, this is a great dropkick. By having that, it means that it just... You have only got to really take one man down and get the pin and just hope that the other person is just too slow or too far away to come in and break it up. And that was really good, that was. I quite enjoyed this match, and it's the first time we've dabbled into a multiple combatant match, and it's come out very, very well. And was this the actual ending? Here's you see Finn Balor lining Sami Zayn up in the middle of the ring. And it is, here you see, there's the brainbuster. See Kevin Owens on the outside knocking Hideo Itami over. Owens with a couple of stomps, then realised the pin's happening, tries to slide back in the ring, and he was just too slow across the ring, and Finn Balor picks up a huge victory here. That's just showing how strong Finn Balor is on this game. And will this give us any idea who our first NXT champion could be in the universe mode? Of course, you'll have to keep tuned to this channel. I will be uploading that NXT Championship tournament pretty soon. So if you're not already, subscribe to the channel to make sure you get a hold of that one. And of course, if you have liked this video, then slap that like button. It does help me a lot if you do. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.